100.3 The Ride with more of the Farmers and Merchants pregame show leading up to our Week 5 matchup here in Holcomb. We're facing the Longhorns. Coach, we'll start with last week's loss. We talked about how largely, obviously, it was, the defense kind of did its job and the offense, had some miscues, couldn't quite keep up. How'd you address those this week and hopefully, obviously, improve?
We got back to practice. At the end of the day, sometimes your defense isn't going to be there, or your offense or special teams, either one. And so, you just come back to practice and keep working on the stuff that we've worked on all year and hopefully clean that up. We've really got after it up front, just making sure we understand our job, how plays should be run, things like that. So we kind of got back to the basics a little bit, but we definitely cleaned it up this week.
Now, this week, like last week, you kind of have your work cut out for you in terms of, the talents of your opponents. What has film kind of shown you on the Longhorns? How have you game planned with that?
A really good coaching staff in Holcomb. They've been successful for quite a while, and, it just shows on film. It's not like they're running anything different, but they have really talented guys, and they have really big guys. And so with us being a smaller team, we've had to adjust some things and see if we can play just a touch faster.
Now, when, obviously this week, you got an opponent that you kind of go in knowing, like you said, they're big, they're talented, they're fast. How does that affect your play calling throughout the game? Does it make you more conservative, aggressive?
No, you have to have a philosophy and believe in it and go with it every week. Sometimes, and a lot of times in this district with these teams, everybody's pretty good. And so you just have to be ready each week to go and, see how well you can execute on Friday.
Now, I got a pair of guys in the backfield, that will line up in the backfield that average over 90. I think one's at 92, one's around, 98 or 97. How do you make sure that each one of them is, game plan for in their own right?
Yeah, they spread it around pretty good to everybody, and they're really balanced, and they're just a good team. And so, we've got to be able to out-execute and bring more energy than they can, and, that's how you take care of those things.
Now, we talked about, a pretty good week of practice for you. Did any player or position groups stand out in preparation for this week?
Not really. I would say the team is just standing out. Each week we talk about hey, well, that was a good practice. It's probably our best practice of the year. And then we get to the next week and they respond, and all of a sudden we're at another level. And so what we're trying to do is, bring up that level of play, and it's starting to happen. And so we're excited about that.
Now, your Eagles are 2-2. What'll it take to get back in the win column in Holcomb?
Yeah, as always, we have to be physical and we got to take care of the ball.
Fair enough. That's all I got for you, Coach. We will have more of the Farmers and Merchants pregame show and kickoff here on 100.3 The Ride. And we are back on 100.3 The Ride with more of the Farmers and Merchants pregame show. This is Christian Peck-Dimmitt here with senior Boston Tubbs. We've got more of the senior spotlight, and actually perhaps the last senior spotlight. Best for last?
Exactly.
When did you start playing football, Boston?
I've played football since PFK or whatever, back in Little League, and I broke my arm 7th grade. I didn't play that year, but I'd say I've done it ever since, 4th, 3rd, and I played flag football before then too, so I've been doing it for a while.
If Coach said, all right, tomorrow you get to start wherever you want on the field, all game, what's your first pick?
Quarterback, man. Quarterback. If I was good at it, yeah, quarterback.
Of course. But you're not?
No, I can't throw a ball.
Not with that attitude. Come on now.
Exactly. I know what you mean.
All right, you find your way into the end zone against the Longhorns. What are we seeing? What's the celebration?
I mean, I'm hitting the worm. I'm doing backflips. Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah, I'm jumping up into the stands.
Okay.
Their section too. I'm climbing up to there.
Obviously.
Yeah, I'm talking my stuff.
Okay. All right. So you got 2 cousins on the team. Is that fun to play with them? A little annoying, a little both?
It's fun. I love doing it, especially having Cash that looks up to me, and then freshman. So it's fun to practice with him. I know he looks up to me, and I know he's going to go out for the sport if I don't do it. So I think it's fun. And then obviously me and Guy have been doing it since freshman year, and 7th and 8th grade we were there too. So definitely something we'll remember and live with. So.
All right, you win the lottery tomorrow. You get 10 million bucks. You got to give me three things. What are you getting? The first three things. The first three.
Man, that's a great question. I'm probably buying me a car, investing in like some business somewhere, you know.
Just any business.
Just any business, just like yeah, because I don't know how much.
Maybe Tubbs and Sons.
There you go. I could, buy them out. I don't know if I could buy them out, but try my hardest. And then the last one, probably a lot of popsicles.
Any particular brand or just popsicles?
Just all of them.
All of them.
I mean, yeah,
Yep.
I'm just going all of them.
All right, you got to sing karaoke to one song in front of the whole team, like Hard Knock style stuff. What's the song?
Fireworks, Katy Perry.
Why?
Man, I don't know. First one that came to my mind.
Favorite thing about yourself?
I like to say that I'm pretty confident in a lot of the things that I do, and like I can put my mind to something and do it, and really not give up on it, no matter where I'm put or how I'm looked at.
You can only watch one movie for the rest of your life. What is it?
Any of the Home Alones?
Any of them?
Any of them? Yeah.
If you had to
Finally
pick
had
one. Yeah.
Maybe two.
Okay.
Home Alone 2.
All right. What are you most excited about for senior year?
Playoffs. Football. I'm really excited to see how that goes. I'm also a little bit scared about that, but for the most part, I'm excited for the postseason.
Got any post-grad plans?
I do not yet. I've been offered to apply to a bunch of spots, but I haven't done anything yet. I don't want to make any decisions yet until towards the end of the year, before we fully graduate. But for right now, no.
Fair enough. You got plenty of time to decide. Finally, you're stuck on a desert island with one teammate. You could get rescued tomorrow. You could, nobody could ever find you. Who are you picking?
That's a good question. We're going Casey.
Why?
I don't know. Me and him, we've done everything, hunting and everything. So I'm sure we'll find some way to live, or if not, we'll both die. So, we'll make the best out of it, though.
All right, that's all I've got for you. This was perhaps the final senior spotlight with a senior of the year here on 100.3 The Ride. Stick with us for the rest of pregame and all the way up to kickoff.
Medical eye care exams and advanced imaging technology.
Right into Carroll's hands. He stays on top of it and falls. He'll get a loss of 5 on the play, but he does keep it. He had to play receiver for a moment there, jumped up, tipped the ball to himself, and then at that point just had to fall on it. When 2 players from Holcomb's defense were right in the backfield immediately, perhaps a miscommunication on the snap count because 2 free rushers right away. The offensive line might not have known the snap was off. Second down now and 14. Carroll's in the gun, 1 to his left. He's rolling left, the lefty sets and throws long downfield into coverage. No, that's going to fall incomplete. He was looking at Tucker Wark, a favorite receiver of his so far today. That one is over his head, though, by about 4 yards and falls incomplete. He had a corner running stride for stride with him. It'll bring up now another long third down for these Eagles. This one back behind the sticks by about 5 yards.
Third down and almost 15 yards to go.
So no 3 and out for the Eagles. They did pick up 1 first down, courtesy of a Tucker Wark reception and then a Betts pass, but now in danger of having to turn the ball over. Fakes the give and rolling right is Carroll. He's going to run it himself, and he fakes the pitch, makes 1 man miss, and is punched to the ground by Mesa. He's going to gain about 10, but still 5 fewer than what he needs. Actually, they're going to mark it 4 fewer than what he needs. The hard-hitting running back plays linebacker and lowers his shoulder into Carroll. So he'll get 11 on it. Wow, what a great mark here for the Eagles. 12 yards on the run from Carroll on that triple option, and now another big 4th down. They're going for it on their own 42-yard line on the right hash. A huge play for the Eagles at this point in the game. They cannot give those Longhorns the ball in plus territory. Carroll's in the gun, 3 receivers left. The hard count, he gets a man to jump. Whose side was it on? No, they're going to call a false start. Was it on Giesenhagen? It looks like it was. He looks a little frustrated, but we'll see. We're not going to get a number on that, but somebody jumped. Now Giesenhagen's back to punt, 4th down, and now 8 is too long, says Coach Mosier, to go for this one. Though the 3, it was a great play call to try and get a jump. Obviously, they got a jump from the wrong side, and there's another stoppage of play. A timeout from Holcomb. We're going to stay right here and recap this ball game real quickly. A muffed punt from the Eagles, who received the opening kickoff. They went 3 and out, punted it, and then the Longhorns muffed it. They got it right back, converted on 4th down to Tucker Wark, and then 3 plays later, converted on 4th down again, 34 yards to Casey Giesenhagen. Point after was good, and then 2 straight scores now from Holcomb has put them on top. Johnson, the quarterback, Keegan Johnson, they've got 2 Johnsons, the other one on the receiving end of a 45-yard touchdown pass. That was Keegan Johnson to Corbin Johnson. Keegan doing a great job on these long balls, which is really all they ask him to do. It's run, hard play action, and he looks long downfield. He averages just north of 20 yards per completion. Folks, that is a very big number. He completed just 7 passes 1 week ago. 7 passes went for 203 yards. That's just incredible from this Holcomb offense. The Eagles holding them shy of those numbers, but still down 14-7. Giesenhagen back for the punt. Stoppage and a flag flies. Boy, that's probably the highest flag throw I've seen this season. Got about 20 yards in the air. We're going to wait on the call. It's thrown from the back judge, which usually means delay of game. Out of a timeout, that would be very unfortunate. He looks like he's counting players. He says, pick up the flag. I'm a history major, so I haven't taken a math class in a while, but counting to 12 should probably be a pretty easy job for the official. Is 1 off there? He says 11 is just good enough. And so no flag on the play. Giesenhagen back to punt, back to receive is Mesa. He gets this one off, nearly blocked, but it bounces at the 35. Mesa unwilling to step up to it, and it takes an Eagle bounce. It'll go down to about the 27. On the right hash on their own 27 is where this Holcomb Longhorn offense will touch the ball once again. Talked about how excellent they are. It really is. You can watch it on film and you can see it in the stats, but until you see it live, you're not really sure the extent of this offensive line's dominance. They're really doing a great job. Holes for Mesa have been huge. So they're on their own 27-yard line, 9:31 remaining. They're up 14-7, and the Longhorns now have the ball once more. Keegan Johnson is in the gun. He's got trips close to the formation on the left side, a high snap. He gets it on the left side. That's Reyes, who's hitting the backfield, but he stays on his feet. He cuts it upfield, lowers his shoulder, and falls forward. He's going to be he's going to be short, actually, of a first down by about 3 yards, but he was hitting the backfield and shed a tackler and then spun his way upfield, and good job by him to come up with something out of that play when really it probably should have been nothing. Eagles fans were hoping for it to be nothing. He'll get a gain of 7, so 2nd down and 3, 9 minutes remaining here in the second quarter on the left hash. Jumbo package in front of Johnson, 2 to his left, lone receiver on the right side. Motion now, Mesa is on the left side. In the gun behind him is Reyes. High snap, the give, Reyes up the front. He's got a hole and a first down before he's tackled in that second level. Braden Foss and Guy Tubbs combined for that tackle, and that one is one the coaches will be frustrated at. These holes are just huge. You could drive a semi through it. I'm sure a few of you sitting at home could gain a couple yards running through these holes. They're really being cleared away. This up front of the offense is doing a great job. The trenches is where they're winning. Mesa split out as a receiver, so Reyes in the gun behind Johnson. Johnson's going to pass, though. It's a quick screen to Mesa, who picks up 4, sheds tacklers, and will pick up about 6. He goes up to the 47, his own 48, actually, is where they'll mark him. So it'll be 2nd down and about 5. 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Mesa and Reyes, not only excellent runners, but deadly as receivers as well. They don't use them a lot, but when they do, they've been quite effective. 2nd down and 5 from their own 48. 7:48 remaining. Longhorns have a 7-point lead, 14-7. Johnson's in the gun for the Longhorns. Motion, and they give to the motion man. It's Mesa along the right side. He's trying to stretch it out and fall forward. He does. He'll gain just 1 yard. So on these long stretch plays, especially when it's a motion man, he's getting it with momentum. So you try to get speed to the outside, and once he does, can the blockers get in front of him? Can he find the edge, right? Can he find the point where he can turn it upfield? That time the Eagles defense was able to stretch horizontally with them and say, no, you can't find the edge. So it's 3rd down and 4, and we've stressed it. This offense is deadly, so anytime you can get them, even to punt the ball is a big time. Johnson's in the gun. Behind him, Reyes. The give is Reyes up the middle. He's got a hole and a first down and more. Sheds 1 tackle and another. Lowers his shoulder through an Eagle. Man, oh, man. All the way down to the 30. This kid is definitely smaller than his other running back, Mesa, but he lowered that shoulder like Derrick Henry put him on the turf. First down for the Longhorns into Colby territory on the 30. 6:46 remaining. 14-7. Holcomb's got the lead in the ball. They're threatening to score once again. Johnson's in the gun. 2 left, 2 right. Mesa's motioning. Now there's 2 receivers on the right side. The snap, and he's rolling right. Johnson sets his feet and throws to the end zone. He's got another wide open receiver and another touchdown. This Keegan Johnson to Corbin Johnson connection has been excellent. It's produced both passing touchdowns for the Longhorns. That first one a 45-yarder, this one a 30-yarder. This offense very potent with their big passing plays. They show you why right there. Johnson left wide open, a second break in coverage. Anguiano is 2 of 2 on points after. And now he's 3 of 3. We will step away one more time. 6:27 remaining. The Holcomb Longhorns on top by 14.
This side and then motion 2 across.
Walking back over 21-7 now. Holcomb on 3 unanswered touchdowns after Colby scored the first score of the game with 7:33 to go. On a touchdown pass to Giesenhagen. That kick is really high.
That is a high but short kick. It's received by the Eagles, who fall forward to the 32. It is now the Eagles' time to try to answer 3 straight scoring drives for the Longhorns. The first one, a 9-yard Mesa touchdown run. The second and third were each quarterback Keegan Johnson to receiver Corbin Johnson. One of them 45 yards, one of them 30 yards. And now the Longhorns on top 21-7. 6:22 remaining on their own 33. Carroll fakes the give and now tries to throw out of it. He's got Tubbs. A sidearm sling is complete. He'll be near the sticks. Jason Carroll was deep in trouble in his backfield. It looked like maybe an RPO that he got away from him, and he slid and threw, think Matt Stafford style, about 90 degrees parallel with the ground, and slung that one to Guy Tubbs. He is going to be about a yard short, so 2nd down and 1. You got a wide open playbook on their own 41-yard line, 5:51. I guess around here the reference should be to Pat Mahomes. Carroll's in the gun, 2 receivers stacked to his right. The throw is to one of those stacked receivers. It's Foss, who makes one man miss. He's got a 1st down in the Longhorn territory, cuts it upfield to the 30, to the 25. He makes one more man miss, and he's going to go the distance. Dives to the end zone. No! They're going to mark him short at the 1. Braden Foss, this kid is electric. Slide cut, jump cut, every type of cut. Foss catches it and takes it a huge distance all the way down to the 1. It was Mesa, the running back, who saved a touchdown. Well, now from the 1, it's 1st and goal, and that is not only a spark but the flame that the Eagles needed. In the gun is Carroll. The high snap is handled. It's Betts along the right side. He falls forward, but it won't be enough. That'll bring up 2nd down now and goal from the 1-yard line. 5 minutes and 8 remaining, 21-7. Boy, Braden Foss made, there's 11 defenders on the field. He must have made 10 of them miss, and it was finally Mesa who dragged him down. 2nd down now and goal. They're going to mark him back actually all the way at the 5. This opens up the playbook passing-wise just a little. Carroll's in the gun, 2 right, 2 left. High snap is handled. Betts up the middle, nothing doing again. This running between the tackles has been very, very hard to come by. Those yards in the middle for Betts have been hard to find. It's 3rd down now and 5 on a possession that you do not want to waste. This is an excellent opportunity to be deep in the Adams Bank red zone here. They're on the 5, 3rd down and 5, and you think here, 4-down territory, does that open up perhaps a run right here? 2 receivers right, 2 left. Next to Carroll in the gun is Betts. High snap, he's going to throw. Carroll along the right side. It's a jump ball. Oh, my Guy Tubbs. You cannot outdo that catch. Didn't come down with a one-handed pick earlier, so he says, all right, I only need one hand for this one. It's a jump ball. It's a 50-50 ball. He says, all right, I'm going to do another OBJ impression. This time, come down with it. The junior-to-junior connection on fire. Guy Tubbs, give that man 6 points, a 5-yard house call, and just when the Eagles needed it most. It's 13-21 and a chance now for Taden Fiken to make it 14. Snap is high, but the hold is good, and the kick is good as well. Taden Fiken is 2 of 2 on this one. 2 of 2 on PATs, and with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the first half, we're going to stay right here. The Eagles, that was just exactly what they needed at just exactly the right time. They're going to have to kick it back, however, to a red-hot Longhorns offense, and this is where the trouble is going to be. Can you stop them? Can you slow them down? 2 huge receptions for Corbin Johnson, each of them resulting in touchdowns. Can you now try to stop that connection? Because has it been that good? Has it been great route running? Or really, from what we can tell, it's a break in coverage that have caused those. So if you can stay on point, stay home with your execution, you got to keep this team in front of you. Limit the big plays was a key going into this ball game. Those 2 big plays have caused 2 big touchdowns. And the Eagles said, all right, we're going to match with big plays ourselves. A huge, long pass. It was actually a short one, about 8 yards, caught by Braden Foss, who turned it into about 60, fell down at the 1. And then it looked like a trouble in paradise, stalling, or at least risk of stalling, on the 1-yard line, and then a 5-yard catch from Tubbs for the touchdown. Here's Fiken. Is this going to be an onside kick? It's certainly a squib, and it bounces, and it's received. Oh, my goodness, right down along the 38-yard line. We've seen that in practice where Taden Fiken's lined up on the left side. He's a right-footed kicker, so he's on the left side of the ball. Imagine this, and he runs up and kicks it, right? But right as he's about to, he circles around it and kicks it from the right side to the left side of the field and gets it to bounce. And that's actually the perfect bounce. He executed it perfectly, but the bounce was just a little too far, and it made it a little easier for now the Longhorns to receive it. So they'll set up on their own 38. This is where trouble has been for the Eagles on this side of the ball. Corbin's got Reyes behind him, 2 right, 2 left. He's in the gun, motion from the right to the left side of the formation. The pitch is to Reyes. He goes along that left side. Talon Wark's there to slow him down and take him down. The sophomore claps for himself. Take a little bow. He did a great job there to keep Reyes bottled up. Sure tackling, another key for these Eagles. When you have a team that runs as hard as they do and produces big plays as much as they do, sure tackling will often limit those. Now it'll be 2nd down and 8, so he holds Reyes, who had some green grass in front of him, to a gain of just 2. They're on their own 40-yard line. Johnson's in the gun. He's got Reyes behind him again. The give is Reyes up the middle. He bounces it out to the right side, and he's going to get taken down again. More sure tackling from the Eagles. What a great job from these Eagles. Was that Braden Foss in there to take him down? 3rd down now and 8. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. They're on their own 40. This stop would be huge. The Eagles have momentum behind them. They got a big spark in that long reception from Foss and then the touchdown grab. Can they build on it with a defensive stop? It'd be their first in 3 possessions. On their own 40, the Longhorns have 3 split out wide to the right, and Reyes behind Johnson. The pitch is to Reyes. He's got a hole, cuts it upfield, and lowers his shoulder. He picks up a 1st down and more. He falls into Eagle territory. He'll go down to the Eagle 45-yard line just when you think you have this team bottled up. They produce big plays, and they threaten your defense in all kinds of ways. That's what Coach Trey Teeter was wanting to do. He said a key here, make you cover the whole field, right? All the edges, all the pieces. That's just what they've done. 1st down from the 45 of Colby. Johnson handles a high snap and rolls right. He's got Weinman in his face, but he throws it long over the right side. Another open receiver and another touchdown. These DBs have been getting burned, and they'll result in another touchdown. We're waiting to see confirmation. It looked like that was maybe Jarrett Harrell who caught a ball earlier, but dark jerseys and dark numbers, we're gonna wait on confirmation there. It looked like Harrell got that one. 27-14, 2:18 remaining. The Longhorns answer right back. And 4 of 4 on PATs. We're gonna stay right here with just 2 minutes remaining here before half. And this was gonna be the trouble, is you have an offense that's got sparks and it's got big moments here that it's come up with, but can you now slow down this offense at all? They were dominant coming into today. They had that loss that we mentioned pregame to Liberal. With 17 seconds left, they scored a go-ahead touchdown. Liberal did. And then They ended up losing that one, but in their 3 wins in game 2, 3, and 4, they've averaged 55 points a game. They're on pace to do that. The good thing, however, is that they've also held in those 3 games opponents to just over 10 points a game. The Eagles already have 14. They're going to have to do a whole lot of scoring to keep up with this ball club. This is homecoming night for Holcomb. Colby traveled relatively well, not quite as well as they did that first road game in Cimarron. And Guiano back to kick. This one long again, but received by Betts, who cuts it upfield. He's got the 20, tries to make a man miss by bouncing it to the right. He'll do just that, but other Longhorns will swarm. He's down to the 28-yard line on the right hash, and with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, the Eagles, they do have all 3 timeouts, will have one more shot to score before half. And you have to think, if somehow you find your way to the end zone to go into half only down 1 score against this team, that's not bad at all. However, it's the effectiveness and the quickness with which they have scored. That's really what's been dangerous for these Eagles. The Eagles in the gun. Carroll's there with Betts behind him. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Now Betts is split out wide. Motion right before the snap to throw is Carroll. He's got Tubbs. Tubbs into the 50. Tubbs to the 45 and down to the 41. There it is, that post pattern. He scored on it on the 3rd offensive play of the game 1 week ago, and he produces a big play for the Eagles. We're now down below 2 minutes. 1:59 remaining. Eagles down 14-28, but they're on now the 41 of the Longhorns. They're going to need more big plays just like that. Carroll's in the gun. He's got Betts behind him. 2 right and 2 left. Carroll checking with his receivers, confirming that play call. Now motioning out of the backfield again is Betts. Carroll steps up, and he's going to run it himself. He's got room to roam, runs over 1 man, runs into more. He's got a first down. Down to the 25-yard line. There's 1:35 remaining, and the clock will stop as they move the chains. Remember that the Eagles have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, 28-14, and this is exactly what they needed. The Eagles are producing big plays right as the doctor orders them. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. 6 men in front of Carroll, who handles a high snap, drops, looks, rolls right, now steps up. He's going to run it, makes 1 man miss, and then another. He's ankle tackles and falls forward. He'll be right near the line to gain. They'll give him 9 and just a little short of that first down, but it'll be 2nd down and 1 and a timeout from Colby. Claps in the press booth here for this Eagle offense. They're producing big plays, and that's what they missed 1 week ago. If you remember, 1 week ago at home to Hugoton, the Battle of the Eagles, they were lacking this consistent offense. They'd produce big plays, but they couldn't stack them. Right? Effectiveness and long drives, maintaining those drives, back-to-back good plays were hard to come by for the Eagles in that one, the home Eagles, the Colby Eagles in that Eagle battle, but they're doing just that in this one. Carroll completed just 6 passes a week ago. He had 142 and a touchdown as well as 3 interceptions. He already has a pair of touchdown throws in this one. Down now to the 15. It will be 1st down and 10. So during that timeout, they changed the call, which maybe would have stopped Coach Mosier from calling that timeout if he knew the clock was going to stop while they changed the chains. Carroll's in the gun on 1st down and 10 from the 15. 2 right, 1 left. Carroll's got it, looking right. He's got pressure in his face, and he rolls left. He throws on the run, and it'll be out of bounds. Just threw that one away. Smart there from the junior to stop the clock. 1:07 remaining. 28-14. The Eagles are down by 14. This Holcomb Longhorns offense is potent, but the Eagles so far have been good enough to keep up. Can they find the end zone just one more time before half? Good thing is, a lot of times when Carroll's been flushed out, it's been to the left. He's a lefty, so throwing on the run to the left obviously much easier. 2 left and 2 right. The 2 on the close side are Tubbs and Foss. In the gun is Carroll. He's got Betts behind him. 2nd down and 10. A high snap is handled. A free rusher right away. He stiff arms him to the turf and rolls right. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got a 1st down, and he's right near the goal line. He steps out of bounds at the 3. That is going to stop the clock. 59.1 seconds. Eagles still have 2 timeouts. At this point, you almost say we can't leave the Longhorns with any time remaining here before half. Again, down by 2 scores. Carroll has used his legs twice now on this drive into great effect. The junior was the second leading rusher on the squad 1 year ago, played this kind of hybrid running back position, obviously now starting under center. The lone man on the left is Giesenhagen, 2 receivers to the right. Split backs behind Carroll. A high snap is handled. The give is Betts up the middle. He tries the right side, nothing doing. Boy, that has been the one drawback of this Eagle offense. The running has been ineffective. These big men up in the middle have staunchly stopped up those rushing attacks. There's 43 seconds remaining, 14:28, ticking now down below 40. Carroll's in the gun, 2nd down and 5 from the 5. High snap again, fakes the give, throws along the left side. It's tipped and incomplete. Carroll's hit to the turf on the play, but gets up just fine. That'll stop the clock at 32.7 remaining in the first half. We've talked about just how good this Holcomb offense is